Hey everybody, what is up? It's your girl Tammy, and welcome to my channel. If you clicked on this video, then you are just as crazy as I am because we're about to embark on a wild journey together. Writing a whole dang novel in just 1 month for NaNoWriMo. 30 days, 50,000 words. And I'm here to tell you right now, it's gonna be a little bit bananas. We'll walk you through 7 easy steps to help you achieve your writing goals. So grab your notebooks, your lucky writing socks, and let's do this thing. All right, before we dive into the nitty-gritty of word counts and deadlines, we need to talk about planning. I know. Planning? Where's the fun in that? But trust me on this, my fellow word nerds. Having a plan, even a loose one, is like having a map when you're venturing into the wilderness of your imagination. It'll keep you from getting hopelessly lost in the middle of the woods, also known as the dreaded middle of the book slump. So, what do I mean by a plan? Well, it doesn't have to be anything fancy. Start with that story idea you've been kicking around in your brain. You know the one that keeps you up at night. Got it? Great. Now, try to sum it up in a single sentence. This is your logline, your elevator pitch, the essence of your story. Think of this as the bones of your novel. You don't need to know every little detail right now, but you should have a general idea of the main plot points and how your characters will progress from the beginning to the end. Don't be afraid to deviate from it if inspiration strikes. The important thing is to have something to refer back to when you inevitably find yourself wandering aimlessly through the forest of your mind. Okay, so we've got our trusty map and a general sense of our direction. Now it's time to populate our story with some interesting characters because, let's face it, a story without compelling characters is like a world without chocolate. Utterly tragic. The answer, my friends, is simple. Treat your characters like real people. Give them backstories, motivations, flaws, and dreams. Think about their childhoods, their relationships, their deepest fears and desires. What makes them tick? What makes them snap? The more you know about your characters, the more real they'll become, both to you and to your readers. And don't forget about your supporting characters. They might not be the stars of the show, but they play a crucial role in shaping your protagonist's journey. Give them quirks, give them secrets, give them their own motivations. Remember, characters are the heart and soul of any good story. So take your time, get to know them, and watch as they surprise you with their depth and complexity. All right, folks, let's talk about the elephant in the room, the 50,000 word goal. I know it can seem daunting, but trust me, it's totally doable if you break it down into manageable chunks. Think of it this way. We've got 30 days in November, which means we need to write roughly 1,667 words per day. Now, I know what you're thinking. Tammy, are you out of your mind? That's like a gazillion words. But hear me out. Writing a novel isn't about churning out perfect prose in one go. It's about showing up consistently and putting in the work, even when it feels hard. Are you a morning person? An owl who thrives in the dead of night? Figure out when you're most productive and block out some dedicated writing time in your calendar. The important thing is to find a rhythm that allows you to consistently chip away at that word count. So, we've got our plan, our characters are practically begging to tell their stories, and we've got a schedule that would make a drill sergeant proud. Now, let's talk about setting the stage for writing greatness. First things first, find a spot where you can focus. Maybe it's a quiet corner in your house, a cozy coffee shop, or a secluded spot in the library. Wherever it is, make sure it's free from distractions and conducive to creative flow. Next, gather your writing tools of choice. Are you a pen and paper warrior? A laptop aficionado? A tablet enthusiast? Whatever your weapon of choice, make sure it's charged, fueled, and ready to go. And don't underestimate the power of ambiance. Do you write best with music blasting, or do you prefer complete silence? Figure out what works for you and transform your writing space into a haven of creativity. All right, my fellow word warriors, we've reached the meat and potatoes of NaNoWriMo, the actual writing. The key to conquering NaNoWriMo is simple: write every single day. No excuses, no procrastination, just pure, unadulterated writing. Remember that schedule we talked about? Stick to it like glue. Now, I know what you're thinking. But Tammy, what if I get stuck? What if the words just won't come? Here's a secret. Every writer gets stuck sometimes. It's part of the process. But the important thing is to push through the resistance and keep writing. Even if you're churning out garbage prose, the important thing is to keep those fingers moving. And here's another tip. Use timed writing sprints to boost your productivity. Set a timer for 25 minutes, silence your phone, and write like the wind. We're now more than halfway through November, which means one thing. The NaNoWriMo slump is real, my friends. It's that point in the month where the initial excitement has worn off. The word count seems insurmountable, and you'd rather eat glass than look at your manuscript. But fear not, fellow writers. I'm here to arm you with a secret weapon: motivation. And where do we find this magical elixir, you ask? Well, my friends, it's all around us. First and foremost, tap into the incredible power of the NaNoWriMo community. Join online forums, participate in write-ins, connect with other writers on social media. Trust me, there's nothing quite like the camaraderie of fellow writers who are all going through the same crazy journey. Next, set up a system of rewards to keep yourself motivated. Did you hit a milestone word count? Treat yourself to a fancy coffee or a new notebook. Finished a particularly grueling chapter? Reward yourself with an episode of your favorite show or a long, hot bath. And remember, writing a novel is a marathon, not a sprint. There will be good days and bad days, but the important thing is to keep going, to celebrate your progress, and to never give up on your dreams. Congratulations, my fellow word warriors. You've made it to the final step of our NaNoWriMo journey. You've battled plot holes, wrestled with unruly characters, and emerged victorious, or at least semi-coherent, on the other side. You now hold in your hands a messy, imperfect, but oh so glorious first draft. But before you crack open the champagne and do a victory dance, there's one more crucial piece of advice I want to impart. Resist the urge to edit as you go. I know. It's tempting to go back and fix those typos, smooth out those clunky sentences, and maybe even rewrite that one chapter that's been haunting your dreams. But trust me, editing during NaNoWriMo is a slippery slope that leads to procrastination, self-doubt, and ultimately, a whole lot of unfinished manuscripts. Remember, the goal of NaNoWriMo is to get the story down on paper. It doesn't have to be perfect, it just has to exist. So, silence your inner editor, embrace the mess, and keep those words flowing. Once November is over, you can set aside some time to revise and polish your manuscript. But for now, bask in the glow of your accomplishment and give yourself a pat on the back. You've earned it. Holy guacamole, guys, we did it! We survived NaNoWriMo. I'm so incredibly proud of each and every one of you for taking on this challenge and pouring your hearts and souls into your writing. Celebrate your achievement. Whether you hit 50,000 words or not, completing NaNoWriMo is a significant accomplishment. You've proven to yourself that you have what it takes to set a goal and see it through. And that, my friends, is something to be celebrated. So, go ahead, treat yourself to something nice. Take a well-deserved break from writing. And then, when you're ready, dive back into your manuscript and start shaping it into the masterpiece it's meant to be. Good luck with your writing journey, and happy writing.